Good morning. Happy Friday. Guess I'm live, didn't you? Oh, thank goodness it's Friday, right? I'm going to wait a minute, see if anybody jumps on. All right, I think we're going to get started here. Um, Again, happy Friday. This is your HMG weekly wrap up. And this week, you could tell that I'm kind of pimped out in the Semper Savage gear because today, as promised, I'll be announcing the winner for the Semper Savage giveaway that we've been doing for the month of September. And the giveaway, just a quick reminder, were these right here. The salad dressings, marinade, great stuff. And we actually are going to have a bonus too that I will share. But in order to see who the winner is, you're going to have to watch this whole live feed because I'll be announcing it at the end. So I'm going to take another minute here, see if anybody jumps on. Hope everybody's had a good week. It's definitely been a busy week here, but all good things. So I'm starting to see a couple people come on. Good morning. Good morning. Tell your friends. Like I said, it's your weekly wrap up, and we're going to be doing the Semper Savage giveaway at the end of this show. So without further ado, we'll get started because we got a busy day here, and I'm sure everybody else does. So first up, here's what you missed this week on the shows. First up in the queue, we got the Decision Hour. This week, I had a good friend of mine, Dr. Hans Mumm, came on. What do you know about UAV, drones, humanoids, all of that stuff? It's crazy. This isn't like a sci-fi movie or anything like that. This stuff is real. It's happening right now. Actually, it's one of the things that we talked about in the show that I found very interesting was that Russia had already sent up a humanoid robot to space. You know, we don't hear a lot of that stuff. At least I don't. I got to start following tech, I guess. But I thought that was very interesting. We talk about autonomous systems, drones, and what's kind of the future of everything, and why it's all important. Dr. Mumm is one of the world's, I'll go as far as saying, leading experts, and he's written half a dozen books on drones, FAA regulations. He's a sought out speaker in the autonomous systems all over the world. You can actually purchase his books or go check out some of his articles on his website at www.hansmumm, that's HANSMUMM.com. So it was a great interview. I loved having him on the show. So check that out. That's this week's Decision Hour. Next up, we have Not Your Average Operator. Hey, the guys are all over the world, and it's great to when they send the stuff in to get post production done and whatnot. And listening to their show is always a highlight of the week. This week, the topic was books with positive takeaways. The guys talk and they break down about different books that they have read that had the most lasting impact on them over time. And it makes you kind of think, like, what books have I read that's had a lasting impact? So these guys, you know, between their deployments and COVID and whatnot, they talk about and list a lot of different books that they have read that have had a long lasting impact on them, and you can find that on their show page in the show description and whatnot. But that's this week's Not Your Average Operator, books with positive takeaways. All right, next up. Hey, good morning, Gabriel. Gabe, what are you doing in California, buddy? Next up, we have Books with Purpose, which was formerly known as Brainstorming to Book Sales. They've rebranded to Books with Purpose. This is season 2 for them, and episode 2 in this season. Discovering Your Gifts with, not even going to try to pronounce the name because I butchered it this morning. But this week's guest shares his experience and what it's like to surrender oneself fully to Christ. Amazing story, something that I strongly encourage everybody to listen to. This was just a really cool, as a Christian myself, I think this was just a really cool episode to check out. So that is Books with Purpose. Morning, Jenny. Nice, Gabe. Stay safe, buddy. All right, next up, I got to push forward with these. Next up, we have Task Force Zen Radio. It's great to have John Krotek back in the saddle doing interviews with this show. Task Force Zen Radio this week. They have special guests, Jason Freebird Freeman. Love it. And he's talking about knocking out the devil. If you haven't listened to any of the Task Force Zen Radio episodes from the past, do so. You'll find it. Go to the HMG show page and click on Task Force Zen. It's kind of a holistic type of show. What's the word? Alternative to, like an alternative medicine type thing, where he does interviews with people that focus more on alternative medicines for different things, whether it's PTSD, TBI, etc. So check that out. That's Task Force Zen Radio. You're going to see a lot more from them coming in the near future. So check that out. Let's see here. Next up, we got the Military Millionaire podcast. Our buddy David over there in California. He's got a group on Facebook and social media. You should check it out. It's called From Military to Millionaire. Had to think about it for a minute. Great financial. He's in the kind of a big wig in the real estate industry out there in San Diego. You got to check him out. And anybody that does a podcast that needs a great guest on their show, give him a call. But this week, the topic was Secrets of SDIRA Investing, explained with Paul Thompson. So they get into a lot of investing. David does a lot of stuff with financial advice and investing and whatnot. He does a great show. That is the Military Millionaire podcast. Check that out. All right, next up, I gotta have my HMG coffee in the morning. All right, what did I say? Okay, next up we have the Gary Brugman podcast. Man, this one was a hot one this week. The guys talk about the rioting and the decision made by the grand jury in Louisville. This was it was a very interesting show, this episode. And if you're following what's going on in the world today, you may want to check that one out. That was a good one. So that's the Gary Brugman podcast. So check that out. Next up, we have Time to Shine Today with Scott Ferguson, our buddy Fergie down in Florida. Some of the topics this week: avoid burnout, connect the dots to get unstuck, and build a rock-solid financial foundation. Scott does a lot of interviews with like coaches and stuff like that, and they're always dropping nuggets. And Scott does a show 5 days a week. Remember that. So Monday through Friday, you're always going to be able to find Time to Shine Today. So make sure you check that out and see. These are great topics this week. The avoiding burnout one, I just finished listening to that one last night, which was earlier this week. I started listening to the Build a Rock Solid Foundation one. I try to listen to all the podcasts before this show every Friday. So check that one out. It's the Time to Shine Today with Scott Ferguson. All right, next up we have the Power of Investing in People podcast. This week's guest, Tyler Smith. Tyler is an author, pastor, an NBA sports writer, and a coach. This was another really powerful show this week. Tyler, being an author, pastor, and a sports writer, and a coach, listening to this one, he has a way with he works a lot with the youth, and it was just really, really cool how he tied his faith into working with the youth. So I encourage everyone to check this one out too. This is, as a Christian, like I said, this is one of those ones where it just kind of like, it's really cool that there are people out there that are doing this. So Tyler works well with youth. Check it out. That's the Power of Investing in People podcast. Next up, love this one, the Arms Room Show. This week, they're talking about surviving the Arizona crazy climates. Listen, this is one of those shows. And I say this every week. This one's been on the HMG platform since day one. These guys do an incredible show. It's very educational. You have to check this out. Again, surviving Arizona and all the crazy climate. It's a survival thing. They got they got some guests on this week. Make sure, if you're not following the Arms Room on social media, make sure you're doing that as well. You look up the Arms Room Show on Facebook and Instagram. They also do their show live every Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Usually at 11. All right. Let me see here. God, boy, time goes fast already. Are we having fun yet, guys? I'm having fun. All right. Last but certainly not least for the shows this week, we have Veterans Unite. Veterans Unite, Shad's doing a couple different shows now during the week. So this week, this one just launched this morning. Jennifer Brofer, she's a Marine vet, actor, producer, and podcaster. She's got a new podcast coming out. I'm not going to say it right now. You got to check it. You got to check it out. That's the Jennifer Brofer. And then also, don't forget Veterans Unite, along with the People's Patriot Project, our friends over there. They also do their Got Your Six at 6 every Sunday. So Sunday nights at 6 p.m., that's Central Standard Time, you can get on their shows and whatnot and make sure you check that out. So, Lisa, good morning. On your way to boot camp for women. Nice. Very nice. Have a good day. Listen, I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in, but we're not done yet. I want guys to tell you a little bit of something about this week. This week, I had the honor of speaking at the Gallant Fuse VetXpo this year. Tuesday, I spoke on publishing, why it's important to kind of tell your story. I talked a little bit about publishing books, audiobooks, and podcasting briefly. And then on Wednesday, I believe it was, I was asked to sit on a business panel, which was a huge honor because the panel was full of just great veteran companies, and the mediator for that panel was Nick Kumalatos. And if you're not following Nick on social media, you should be. He's kind of a big deal in my opinion. He's definitely an influencer. He's all around good guy. He's an author. He's done a ton of things. He's got a bunch of different companies. YouTuber, Marine Raider, just all around good dude, solid dude. And I appreciated the questions that he asked, and I was so honored and blessed to be a part of that. So Nick, if you do watch this, thank you for that, and congratulations. The Raider Project is turning into its own 501c3, or it's in that process. That was a part of Gallant Few for many years. I want to give a huge thank you to the Gallant Few family, but a very, very special thanks to my good friend Carl Monger. Those of you know that if you've watched any of the Decision Hour shows or whatnot, Carl is no stranger to the Heroes Media Group family. So, Carl, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a part of VetXpo this year. Meant the world to me, so thank you very much. And I wanted to say that. All right, folks. So wrapping up this week, we have the, there we go, Semper Savage, Semper Savage giveaway. We've been doing it all month. Semper Savage has been our sponsor, our guest sponsor for the month of September. And if you have not tried their dressings, salad dressings and marinade, these are great. I mean, we get these and they're gone usually within a day or two. I mean, they're addicting. So you have the, there you go, the Italian, and then you have the balsamic vinaigrette. So we're gonna pick a winner. But before I do that, I'm gonna throw in a little bonus on this too. We actually had an extra shirt that was given to us as well. Doesn't fit me. It's a medium. I got mine on right now. The wife has hers, so this was an extra one. We're going to throw the shirt in. It looks like this. I can't turn around right now, but it's got some writing on the back here. You know what? I'll try to see if I can do this. Hopefully you got some of that. That's probably my good side. So the winner of the Semper Savage giveaway plus the t-shirt is Diane M. Roach. So Diane, if you're watching this, send us a message. We're going to be reaching out to you, but if you see this, send us a message, and we need to get in touch with you so we can get your address and get these shipped out to you. So that's it for this week, folks. Appreciate those of you that tuned in this morning. I hope all of you that watch this later on have a great and blessed weekend. If you are a company out there and would like to be featured on the show or whatnot, send us a message. We'd love to have you on. What else? Make sure you check out all the shows, and we got some new articles that are coming up here soon. We got the 2 new shows, the 9/11 Remembered. That's they've been on. They had their event, and we're in touch with getting all that stuff squared away so we can get their episodes up. Arc of Justice. I'm going to be meeting with them next week, so stay tuned for that. And that's it. That's all I got. So, love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed week, and we'll talk to you again next week.